exercise stops happening to you. All right, we're going to do a squat tutorial, and we're going to really start from the very beginnings and go through the process that I go through when I'm showing a very new client how to squat. So hopefully we'll get through two versions. One is a motion version of this squat, and the other one is more of a muscle version of the squat. So we're going to be less activated on the first version and more activated on the second version, and this will be all unloaded, so there won't be any weight, because the number one thing that we're trying to establish when we do a squat is we're trying to establish our ground and our contact with the ground, and how powerful and important that contact with the ground is when we go through this motion. Okay, so I like to be either have my client be barefoot or in socks. Take off the sneakers, take off the shoes, you have a better contact with the ground. I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna do it in this squat rack. I'm gonna be facing from the side. So we're going to have a stable position when we do the squats. I'm gonna set up this bar in a position that I can actually use to stabilize and to help support my body weight if I need it. So I'm gonna stand in here and I'm just gonna establish contact with the bar first. A lot of times when people approach the bar, the first thing that they do is this. They get super reactive. So we're going to eliminate the reactivity, and we're going to do what I call dropping in, which is this. I just relax, right? So I call this a ragdoll squat for a reason, is because my upper body is going to be completely relaxed. So I hold the bar, and what I'm actually looking to contact are my glutes. Can I feel some activation of my glutes in this position? I can. If I exhale, come very powerfully in contact with the ground. Now this position helps because it places me in a position of contraction. It also places me in a position where I really only have to do one thing or one and a half things. From this position, in order to squat, I have to first move my hips back. So every single time I come up from the bottom of a squat and I stand straight up, which I might have to do if I'm loaded, that's why we're doing this unloaded, right? It pulls me out of position. I have to reestablish my ground again. This creates a ground automatically. So what I can do is I can drop my hips straight down. Remember, we're doing a motion version. What I want to do at the bottom is I want to exhale and make sure that I'm responsive, not reactive. I'm not going to be afraid of this position. Going to stay down here and pause. I'm going to lift my hips up and straighten my legs. That takes the tension off of it. So I'm going to do 3 of those. Exhale, drop, establish ground, back to start. This is start, not this. That's 1. 2. Notice how I start the exhale at the bottom. That brings my energy down into the floor. Feet flat, pressing mid-foot heel, muscle version, just a little bit different. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to establish the same position. Now, I'm looking for more tension, right? So I'm not going all the way down. I still have this round back, not letting the knees shoot forward, and I'm pressing, and I'm really working to bring the emphasis back into the hamstrings and glutes. So I'm not so worried about my posture. I'm not worried about any of those things. I'm only really worried about how I'm contacting the ground and which muscles I can activate and where I can feel it best. I hope that this was helpful, and remember, exercise stops happening to you.